Should people be wearing masks like N95 masks and other types of masks when they are out in public? I've noticed you've been wearing 2 masks lately. For example, should there be N95 masks for everyone?
And also, she wanted to know if the Biden administration was going to be sending them out to Americans.
No, well, I'm not sure that will happen. I'll ask Dr. Walensky about that. But the one thing that I will say, and I'm sure Dr. Walensky will back me on this, is that the most important thing is that everybody should be wearing a mask. The CDC does not recommend that you must wear 2 masks, nor does the CDC recommend that you have to wear an N95 mask. They just say the most important thing is get everybody to wear a mask. And I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Walensky, because she and I talk about this all the time.
That's exactly right. So everybody should be wearing a mask. Everybody, if you're wearing a cloth mask, it should be a multi-layered mask so that you have several layers of protection for a single mask. And there are certainly ongoing studies evaluating the protective efficacy of these masks, especially in the context of these new variants we're seeing. And so we'll see more data on that to come.
Does it make sense, Dr. Walensky, for the federal government to send out masks to American households?
You know, it's not entirely clear to me that the reason that people aren't wearing masks is because they don't have access to them. Certainly, I would highly advocate for those in areas where they're under-resourced and they can't purchase masks or they don't have access to masks. We need to make sure that people have the adequate protection. But it's not entirely clear in my mind that the challenge with mask wearing has been one of access.
Yeah. Is the reason the CDC is not recommending N95 masks like this for everybody is because there's not enough? Because it does seem to offer a lot more protection. Dr. Abrar Karan recently said that if people wore these masks in public, we could start to really bring the pandemic down, almost end it within 4 weeks, is what he said, an extraordinary statement. But why not just recommend it, especially with these more transmissible variants?
Yeah, it's a really good question and one we get a lot. I have spent a reasonable amount of time in an N95 mask. They're hard to tolerate all day, every day. And in fact, when you really think about how well people will wear them, I worry that if we suggest or require that people wear N95s, they won't wear them all the time. They're very hard to breathe in when you wear them properly. They're very hard to tolerate when you wear them for long periods of time. I do think that if everybody is wearing a mask, if you're wearing it, if you're 6 feet apart and anybody else who you might be with is also wearing a mask, that you have enough protective efficacy in the barriers of those 2 masks and the space between you that you probably don't need it.